Welcome to Tuesday Talks. This is the place where we get to fill our souls, not let the little things stop us, and ensure that we grow into solution seekers. It's a place where there's a culture of progress as opposed to perfection. Yay! Where we focus on connection and not comparison. Because as we all know, a rising tide lifts all ships. So last week I mentioned that the only constant in life was change, and how anything new we take on can be scary and perhaps at times overwhelming. We have to be bold and courageous to move forward, to put our hand up and ask for help when we need it. I used to encourage my students at school to do this, explaining that if they didn't understand something, you could bet your bottom dollar that there was somebody, at least one other person in the classroom who also didn't understand, and they were waiting for that brave person to put up their hand. And during my cancer journey, I learned to put up my hand and ask for help. So I'm here to remind you to listen to that small, positive, inner small voice that says, you can be more, you can do more, and you can most certainly have more, despite what your current circumstances indicate. And when that negative voice pipes up, as it is wont to do, because it's our constant companion, it was born with us and it will die with us. It is going to be with us all through our life, and there is no two ways about it. Learn to live with it. So I choose to take charge of this voice by firstly acknowledging, saying thank you very much for your 2 bobs worth, but actually you're in the back seat and you do not get to drive this vehicle. I'm the driver. You're my companion for the trip, so sit in the back, keep your mouth closed, and let me do the driving. Well, we all make mistakes, don't we? And we can slip into comparisons. Guilty as charged. It's learning to be happy with where we are at the moment, but being consistent and persistent with the journey forward. So I found myself in a group lately, a lovely, vibrant business building bunch. And let's just say, if progress were a relay race, I'd be the one still tying up my shoelaces while others are halfway around the track, smiling and waving as they pass. It's tempting to compare, isn't it? To feel like maybe we should be faster, shinier, more together, a lot smarter. But here's the thing. I realised I'm in the slow cooker group, and we may not sizzle as fast as the microwave crew, but oh, when we're done, it's rich, it's deep, and it's oh so worth the learning curve and the time it took. There is much satisfaction gained in knowing that you have pushed through those barriers to get to that point of success. And man, do we celebrate. I celebrate each little step on the way. So if you're in the group with me that's still figuring it out, learning the ropes, while occasionally tangling yourself in them, you're not behind. You're just blooming and shining on your own schedule. And your time is coming. And trust me, I need to keep saying that to myself when I see people in my group moving forward so much quicker than I do. I am. However, and then there's the meaning we give things. My gosh, don't we take on board some rubbish? Someone slights us, and you immediately get agitated and think, my gosh, what have I done wrong to those people? You feel upset and you ask yourself these questions. What did I do to them today? Someone lets you down and you're left feeling upset. You go through a myriad of feelings and place blame where it shouldn't be. But what if? What if you flipped it? And with practice, I'm getting better at this. What if you flipped it and asked, what can I learn from this? Maybe just opening your eyes to see where the person is coming from. some things might be happening in their life that's putting a different perspective on the way they're going through their day. What could I have done differently to have helped that person through that difficult, a grumpy old checkout, well, shouldn't say checkout chick, but grumpy checkout person. What could I have done differently to enhance that person's experience just then? Is this person the right person for the job, you might ask yourself? Is this simply another opportunity to learn to step into my strength, to take control, to slay those dragons? Because the bottom line is that we do have a choice. We can choose to be the victim or the victor. We can play small and settle for, or we can stretch and grow. Rather than it being the anchor weighing you down, let it be the wind beneath your wings, the wind in your sails, propelling you forward, the reason why. So, as you navigate change, quiet the comparisons and stand in your power to choose, may you rise with grace, grow with purpose, and remember that your journey is unfolding exactly the way it should. And that was a tough lesson for me to learn. Remember, your journey is unfolding in exactly the manner, in exactly the way it should. It is divine timing. You are in exactly the right place at the right time. You're not here to settle, you're here to soar. Wishing you a week of thriving, shining, and unstoppable momentum. See you next Tuesday.